With 50-plus weekly options, the Sous Vide Kitchen robot has a meal to meet all your family's needs. Too busy to cook? No problem. Just don't feel like making dinner? You're covered. Need to eat when you walk right through the door? Sure thing. And here's the best news. Right now, Sous Vide is having its biggest sale ever. From easy family feasts to Sunday suppers, takeout favorites, and even date night dinners, complete with chocolate soufflé. There's nothing your sous vide can't do. With sous vide, you just scan a recipe, pop in your meal, and enjoy your day. Meals are ready when you are, thanks to the built-in refrigeration that keeps ingredients safely cooled until it's time to start the cooking. Sous Vide's Black Friday sale is going on now. Save $150 off your own sous vide, plus get 16 free meals for two during their best sale ever. Don't miss out. Go to sousvide.com/Dr. Laura. That's SUVIE.com/Dr. Laura. That must have been a shocking scene. The younger brother probably screaming and crying, with blood gushing out of his face, and the older one is smiling and skipping about. I find that alarming.
Dr. Laura is on right now.
I want to start off with a serious question, and I could go in about 2.5 or 3 different directions with this because there are these options. So let me read the letter about this 6-year-old boy, seemingly totally non-compassionate about his younger brother getting seriously hurt. What does it mean? And what do you do? So to send a letter, by the way, it's Dr. Laura at drlaura.com. This is a question, so I'll call it a quickie at drlaura.com. Hi, Dr. Laura. Thank you for what you do and are to everyone. I will set up this scenario for you. My grandson is 6 years old and very bright. The other day when I dropped off turkey soup, the boys, he has a 4-year-old brother, were excitedly running around within my range, and their mothers as well. Anyway, the older one chased the younger one, and as a result, the 4-year-old banged his face onto the edge of a dining room table. Lots of blood from a cut, which was quite deep. Mother is consoling the younger one in her arms with the blood gushing, and all the 6-year-old is not taking any of this seriously. He is skipping about with an odd smile on his face. The dad rushes down and brings ice. The parents both agree they need to take the younger one to emergency. They asked me to take the 6-year-old, and I refused. Why? Because I saw that he did not feel at all sorry for his younger brother. I don't believe I was wrong not to take the older one off their hands. I wanted the older one to take some responsibility and to go to the emergency room and sit with the younger brother and parents. My question is, Dr. Laura, how do parents teach empathy to our children, especially the boys? That must have been a shocking scene. The younger brother probably screaming and crying, with blood gushing out of his face, and the older one is smiling and skipping about. I find that alarming. That's way past compassion. That almost sounds like enjoyment. Now, children cannot be diagnosed with sociopathy until they're 18, but they can sure show qualities. So I can't really answer to this because I don't know if this is a pattern. If your grandma, it would have been nice if you had said for 6 years or since the other kid is born or since anybody in the family gets hurt, friends, what have you, this is how he behaves. I would find this extremely alarming. No compassion, no even feigning being upset or surprised or guilt-ridden because he was chasing him. Just enjoyment of the moment. I'm glad you didn't decide to take him off their hands. I agree with you. And it wasn't to hold him accountable. It's if there is any hope for this kid, because I don't know what his personality and character and behavior is like in general, but if there is any hope for this kid, then leaning him in the direction of showing compassion when he's not feeling it is already an interesting concept. But yes, I think the family should have gone together. And while the younger boy was being treated, mom and dad could talk to the older boy about his feelings and certainly go back in their mind's eye to how this may have all evolved. But I consider it serious. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Let's go to Jessica. Welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you very much for taking my call. How are you?
Good. How can I help?
Okay, there's two parts to the question, I think, but I'm going to start with the first one. I'll give you backstory first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I started listening to you maybe 7-8 years ago. My boyfriend and I were living together, and I decided after I had listened to you that I didn't want to shack up anymore, and I moved out. Now 6 years into this, I live separately. He lives separately. My daughter from a marriage previously is going to be graduating high school, and I'm looking to get married, and we are going to be moving together and moving forward with our life. So the problem is that recently, because I am getting a little impatient and I want to, he understands my steps. I would like to get married and then move in together again, and he wants to do that as well. But he hasn't asked me yet to marry him, but agreed he thinks that we have a timeline. I recently told him that I was getting impatient, and, I just want to know that things are moving where I think they are so that I can start making plans. With that said, he agreed, but in that discussion, we had a fight about something.
I'm sorry.
And,
when you say he agreed to what? He hasn't proposed.
That he wanted.
He keeps
exactly.
saying
okay,
what he keeps saying what he wants, but he doesn't do anything, supposedly, to move toward what he wants. It doesn't sound like he wants. Would a woman really want a man she has to push into marrying her? That doesn't sound the slightest bit romantic. It sounds desperate and embarrassed, but it doesn't sound romantic. This guy does not want to marry you. He wants to keep you.
So I told him, because it was a conversation that I thought was going to end in happiness, and instead it ended in tears for both of us, because I thought, I shouldn't even have to ask you, I'm ready to do this. So we broke up. So he said he does want to marry me.
Oh, again, he does want to marry me.
But he hasn't proposed.
Okay, can we cut the cycle? You screwed around with this guy. You shacked up with him. Your daughter watched this, which was bad role modeling. You finally, after listening to me, moved out, and he's desperate to try to find a way to still get into your pants without commitment. Get on with your single life.
When I write down what I want to say to you, it sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to say what I want to say to you. So, okay. So, assuming, like, he has asked me to marry him, but that is because I said, okay, you have to put a
I'm
ring
sorry.
on it or I'm gone.
How long have we been on and you keep saying he hasn't asked, and suddenly now you changed it to he has asked?
Well, I mean, because I threatened him, because I said that
Do you want a
to be
man you
married
have to
and-
force into marrying you? Do you think
No,
that'll
but I
work out?
still,
Well, then
like-
why are you still playing the game with him? Because you're embarrassed, and you're embarrassed. Do you realize how embarrassed you really
No.
are in a public sense?
I feel proud because I have been independent and I have.
How independent is a
honestly don't
woman
feel
who
embarrassed.
keeps trying to force him to marry you?
Well, the fourth thing. Just
I'm sorry.
recently
Let me just
came
jump
because I
to.
gave
Let me
him-
just because your timeline and everything, and then he has, but I threatened him. Isn't that the
So
point?
what do you think?
Ma'am, stop. Your question is what?
Like, should we proceed if he gives me a ring to be married because we do have a good life together and we are compatible and we both love each other? Because I
have no
am
opinion.
telling him
I
my
have no
timeline is
opinion.
shorter.
I have no crystal ball. I don't have
But
an
you
opinion.
don't feel like he wants to get married because otherwise he would.
Let's say I threatened him and he said. Does that sound like much hope?
No.
Okay. Well, I have
He's
nothing more to say
content.
past that. You can keep being delusional that he really wants to. If he really wanted to, you would have had a ring on your finger 10 years ago.
Agree.
He keeps placating you, and you keep accepting that. I mean, this is your life, woman. You've already made a bad role model for your daughter, and now you're terribly desperate to try to make this come to fruition because we're so well, and it'll be so good, but I had to threaten him. Do you not hear yourself? Do you not hear yourself?
Yeah, I write it down. It doesn't make any sense. But then you have to hear what he has to say. And then I think, okay, yeah. But actions speak louder than words. And when you propose, like when I suggest or tell him that I'm done, then it shouldn't take that long for him to react. And I do, I do feel like I am doing what is best, and I have for years in regards to raising, a great child and myself. And
no, you
so I know
provided
this is
a bad
difficult
role
starting
model,
point.
and I worry she's going to do the same stupid thing and put herself in a situation where she gets used as an unpaid whore by some guy who's very happy to have her around but doesn't want to lay down his life for her. That's what you role modeled for too many years. And then the desperation of trying to get him to do your dream when he keeps dragging and promising and saying what he wants, but he doesn't do it. People call me all the time and go, I want to be better, I want to do better, I want, but they do nothing toward that. And you keep being delusional because you're so desperate, because you're embarrassed, and I'm done with the conversation because I'm going to start recycling the same way you keep recycling him. And I really don't want a role model to you recycling. So I hope you make the right decision. But I really think being embarrassed is the problem right now. I committed so many years. I'm very independent, but I'm threatening him into asking me to marry him. But I'm very independent. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Amy, welcome to the program.
Yes. Thank you. I never thought I'd have a reason to call, but I have a problem that I have never heard on your show.
You mean you've listened every day,
I haven't heard-
every hour for 50 years?
No.
Then
But I've never heard this problem on your show yet.
no, you said you didn't hear it. I got that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a male employee. I've known him for about 25 years. And he texted me, but he didn't realize it was me, and he texted very aggressive, homosexual, trying to talk me into it content. And I don't know what to do when I see him again, besides the worry if that happened to a client. Is there anything, how do I
I'm sorry, do I understand you're the boss?
Yes.
And when did you receive this text?
Saturday night, about 8 o'clock.
And it's Tuesday now, and you haven't sat with your employee and said, I got this text. Clearly it's not for me. This was kind of horrifying that you mistakenly sent it to me. Do you want to explain yourself? It looks like harassment of somebody. In other words, you act like, ma'am, just act like a grown-up and have the conversation without your emotion and hysteria entering into it, because you're a professional woman and we need you to act like a professional, which means this is behavior unbecoming an employee in your company and you have concerns. You might want to talk to somebody in HR and find out what your options are and how you can protect yourself.
There is no HR. There's only 3 people.
Good.
2 brokers.
So then you can talk. Well, then talk to an HR person or the lawyer for the company so that you know what the rules and the laws are, what you can say, and what are your options to do. You need information now.
Yes, I'm so embarrassed and scared. I just don't know what to do. So
I think if you're scared, what the hell are you scared about?
Because it's creepy.
What are you scared about? You're acting like a silly girl instead of a boss.
Well, that's how I usually act. That's the problem.
Okay.
So I do
okay.
him.
Since there are 2 other people in charge, bring it to them and ask them to handle it for you, since you spend most of your time, as you said, being giggly and girlish instead of the boss. Have somebody else take care of it if you can't. All right. Wow. I'm Dr. Laura Schlessinger. My number, I'm scared. Of what? It was a sexual come-on from him to another guy. It's not about you. It's about inappropriateness within the company. So you need to find out what the rules and the laws are, because I don't know what they are. So, got some lines open now. Give me a call. Pretty emotionally ferocious beginning. My number, 1-800-375-2872. I'll be right back. What's my prescription for better, stronger, happier relationships? Easy. It's the all-new Dr. Laura podcast, featuring a morning monologue by yours truly and a call of the day handpicked by me. Listen daily and get a dose of my preaching, teaching, and nagging at drlaura.com or on the SiriusXM app or wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all good. For years, you've heard me recommend the Drake Institute in Southern California for successfully treating children with ADHD and autism without the use of drugs. The Drake Institute has helped countless children and adolescents transform their lives, especially when other treatments failed. From improving school performance and the emotional well-being in children with ADHD to helping nonverbal children with autism begin to speak, the results truly remarkable. The Drake Institute uses breakthrough clinical technology that sets them apart. I've personally met families who thanked me for referring them to the Drake Institute. So call them today for your preliminary consultation at 800-700-4233. That's 800-700-4233, or visit them online at drakeinstitute.com. It could change your family's life. All right, the email of the day. And to send me an email, it's drlaura@drlaura.com. The email of the day, Dr. Laura, shortly after my husband and I had our first child, I started to notice the red flags. Not with him, but with his mother. She called me selfish for breastfeeding, saying I was taking away her opportunity to bond with our baby. I don't like that you're breastfeeding my grandchild because that takes time away from me being with my grandchild. That is a woman I would not have in my house. I don't even need to know the rest of the letter. That's nuts enough that it becomes scary. I immediately had a series of little vignettes in my head as to what this grandmother will do to claim the child. I wouldn't trust a woman like that alone with my kid on the best day. She seemed to need to be the most important figure in her son and grandchildren's lives. The last straw for me was the day she made a bleacher clearing scene at our youngest sporting event, crying and yelling that I am so mean to her. I was done dealing with her antics and told my husband I wanted a divorce. Then I heard a call on the Dr. Laura program with a woman who found her husband was cheating. They had little kids, and you told her if she divorced, she would lose power. He'd be able to have his girlfriend of the week at all their games, at the graduations, at the events. But if she stayed, the mom would still be in charge of her kids' lives. That call spoke volumes to me. I could see the similarities in our situations if I just replaced girlfriend with mother-in-law. I knew my husband well enough to know if we divorced, he would spend every weekend with the kids at his parents', and that they would have used any angle they could to put a wedge between me and the kids. I went to my husband and told him I would stay if we moved forward on my terms with his parents and the relationship. Thankfully, he agreed. We survived because of your advice to that caller, and I can't thank you enough. See now, this is what I mean by when you call, other people learn. So it's not just about you. You help other people. I would have lost a great husband in marriage if I didn't hear that call. Our kids are all grown and have an okay relationship with the grandparents. Funny, as they got older, they saw the problems for themselves. And even my husband slowly, became aware of her ways. So thank you for that call and the advice you gave. That is a whacked out woman, not the writer, but the mother-in-law. Okay. America, welcome to the program.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to talk to you.
Thank you.
I have been listening to you since I believe I was 7 years old when I would come on summer vacations with my uncle and my aunt would be playing you in the car and we would go pick up my cousins from school. So this is such an honor to talk to you. I'm so excited to talk to you.
How can I help you today?
My name is America. I'm 44. I finishing up my cancer treatment. I had a stage 2 breast cancer and everything went fine, well, as fine as it can go. I feel that I was one of the lucky ones. And now that I'm almost done with treatment, I find myself stuck.
I'm sorry, stuck where? Stuck where?
Just stuck with life. Just like I've been at home for a year. I really haven't done much. Like just to
Why is that?
Protect myself and not catch.
Why have you not done much? Why?
Well, I was going through cancer, like the chemo, and my immune system was down, and I felt very tired at times. And,
okay.
With some of my treatment, I did end up catching other, like COVID, and it was really hard for me to kind of stick it out for a while. So it was just fear of going out and just catching something and then ending up in the hospital to,
Got it.
Try to fix me or whatever. So now that I'm better and I feel energetic, well, in my brain I feel energetic, but my body sometimes tells me to slow down. I just feel like, what's my next step? Like, how do I get out there and just try to live life now that I have
I'm sorry, what were your steps before you got the cancer treatment? Whatever you were doing before, get back to it. So I don't know what we're talking about yet.
Okay.
What were
just going to work. I
what
work
were
from
you
home
doing
now.
in a daily way before this happened? Just give me a quick
I would
list.
hang out with family. Yeah, I would hang out with family, dinners, um, shopping, going on a hike, walking my dog. But I just felt like it got very repetitive. Like I feel like I want to do more. Like I don't know, climb a mountain, just something that like I feel like I got this second chance at life, and I don't want to
Oh.
waste it.
So you think you were wasting
And
life before?
yes, I feel like I was wasting life
Being
before,
with
like just
family,
being.
taking walks, this was
No, not
wasting
with my
life?
family. No, definitely not with my family. I just feel like I'm 44 years old. I'm married, um, and I don't know. Like I feel like I'm just like on a hamster wheel. Like everything is just this. I'm
Well,
Groundhog Day. I'm living the
name
same day over and over.
well, name one thing that would be an adventure.
Um, I want to say, I want to. Well, my husband and I are going to Japan in January, so that's something to look forward to. I want to travel more, and even though that's like a big spectrum
Okay,
of like,
so
yes,
what is the
travel and get out
problem
there.
that I could help you with? You're already starting to move forward with traveling. I'm sure other things will come to your mind also. So what am I here for?
I guess I just wanted to hear from you, like after you were done with treatment, like how I know that you have your radio show. I just want to find something, a new purpose. I want to find something that
Now it's a
excites
new
me
purpose. Okay. What was your
again. I'm
purpose
all over the
before the
place. I'm so
cancer? You're
sorry.
just all over the place. Well, okay.
Yeah, I totally am.
What was
My
your
purpose before was
what?
like it was to work. It was to be with my family, grow, help my brothers with their children because I don't have any. I don't want any. But I just felt like I was living for everybody else, but not myself.
I'm sorry. How does one live for oneself?
Just finding things that excite me, that give me that. Like I said,
No,
I'm
don't
more
tell me
excited because,
anything
like,
you've
right now,
said because anything you've said didn't help me understand, which is why I'm still saying I don't know where we're going yet. So I
Okay.
want to know if I'm going to start living for myself, what would that look like on me? Because clearly, according to you, I'm not doing anything for myself, talking to you.
I want to be able to wake up every morning, find a purpose, whether it's
Okay, stop it. Nobody wakes up every morning
Okay.
with being reborn. Most people's lives
I
have
understand.
patterns. That's life.
Okay. So then it's just going back to where I was at the beginning.
Well,
was
I don't
my
know.
purpose. It was
Since I had the cancer, I've started to learn how to make bags, use industrial sewing machines. Now I'm getting into leather. I don't consider any of that a purpose. I just happen to like challenges. My purpose is talking to you. My purpose is not doing something for myself. Purpose is related to how somebody else's life is made better by your existence and actions. That's purpose. Purpose is not traveling. That's entertainment. Purpose is not me learning how to use an industrial sewing machine and a skiver for leather. That's not purpose. That's hobby. Talking to you is purpose. So when you say, I don't have purpose, you had a lot of purpose. You want to give it up. And the ferocious way you said, I don't want children, that's a purpose, raising new people and teaching them how to be compassionate and perseverant and loving and stuff like that. It's what we do for somebody else that defines purpose, not what we do for ourselves.
Well, I'm too old for children. But yes, you are absolutely correct. And it's opening up my mind to, yes, to do for others, to
Oh, but you
find
just
ways, whether
badmouthed
it be
it a
all the-
moment ago that it's time for you to do
No,
things
I
for
didn't
yourself.
mean to
Ma'am,
badmouth it.
I was here for the whole thing. I listened carefully, which is why I went into this whole dissertation about what purpose is. Your idea of purpose was to do something for yourself. No, purpose is is the importance we are to others. But if you are so happy that you didn't die and you want to go out and have some fun, then just say, I want to go out and have some fun. But if you say, I want to get up every day and have a purpose, that's what I do because I get to talk to you. And then I have fun. So just like you to think of it differently. And if you're just so happy you're not dead and your life was boring and you mentioned a husband but didn't talk about him or the relationship or giving to him or being different with him, to him, by him, for him, I mean, you're excited you're not dead and you're scared it could come back. Those are the things that happen when you survive cancer. You're excited about being alive and scared to death it'll come back. And the scared to death it'll come back often makes us, on some level, hysterical. And I don't mean hysterical, but I mean just sort of antsy. I call that hysterical, emotionally, not behaviorally. Okay, let's think about those things. I'm going to take a break, come back with your calls at 1-800-375-2872. I'll be right back. What's my prescription for better, stronger, happier relationships? Easy. It's the all-new Dr. Laura podcast, featuring a morning monologue by yours truly and a call of the day handpicked by me. Listen daily and get a dose of my preaching, teaching, and nagging at drlaura.com or on the SiriusXM app or wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all good. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Okay. Leanne, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dr. Laura.
Hi.
I just have a question regarding forgiveness. It's more conceptual. So do you believe in forgiving someone when they have not asked for it?
No.
Thank you. I feel the same way, but
it's not a feeling.
I'm alone in my belief.
So what? As Mahatma Gandhi said, if you're the lone voice in the wilderness, it doesn't make you wrong.
I agree. But I agree. It's just...
Then don't say but. Never say but.
Loving someone.
Oh, don't give me the loving someone nonsense. If somebody's willing to damage you, don't tell me you still love them. That's just weird. But I believe in the 4 R's that require you to forgive someone. The first R is they take total responsibility. They admit what they've done. They don't say, if I hurt you. They say, I hurt you by kicking the dog, and I take responsibility for what I've done. It was horrible. Then they show true remorse. Truly, they can lie about that. Only God knows if it's true remorse. But they make an effort at displaying remorse. They try to repair it, 3rd R. They try to repair the damage they've done. The last R is they make the effort to never repeat it. So responsibility, remorse, repair, repeat, and I think that requires forgiveness.
Okay. Yeah. I do believe love plays into it, Dr. Laura, but that's just a difference of opinion. But
what are you talking about, love? Where does love fit into this? I didn't mention love in any of the R's.
Because, so if my father has done something very bad.
Like what?
And I really.
Like what?
Like like blowing up the family by cheating on my mother.
Well, that is an assault against Mom. She's the only one who can deal with the issue of forgiveness. It isn't your place.
I know.
Don't tell me you know. Please don't tell me you know. Don't say things like that. You don't know. The only person who can give the forgiveness is the person directly harmed.
Right. Yep.
And that isn't the worst thing he could have done. You made me think there was a molestation or a murder. I'm sorry he broke the vow and screwed around on Mom, and that ended up in the family coming apart. But that's not the worst thing that could have happened. You had me scared. Huh? Now, if you want to interact with somebody,
it's just one example
okay, give me a more horrible one.
Oh, I off the top of my head, there is nothing more horrible. It's really a conceptual thing that people just tell you to forgive.
No, what they're telling you is let it go because we don't want to discuss it anymore. We don't want anybody to be held accountable. We want everybody to ignore it and just get on with life. We want to have peace. We want to give the impression that everything is wonderful. That's what that means.
And I disagree with that. I disagree with it. But I'm alone in my, obviously I'm not alone.
I'm sorry,
but,
what do you disagree with?
I disagree with what they say, not with what you say.
Well then, have a backbone, woman. Have a backbone. 1-800-375-2872. Let's go to Lori. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. How can I help?
I am in a situation that I have a second oldest son that I've tried to mend a relationship with due to factors that involved a really nasty divorce. And there just seems to be no...
Well, after your divorce is with your husband, so how did that cause a problem with you and your second son?
Well, he now works for his father on the family farm, and the farm kind of just controls everything, just like it did when I was involved in that family farm. I was coming from a 22-year marriage, and in that marriage there was intimate partner abuse, and it just, when I got out of it, it was really rough all the way around. And
sorry, you were married to a man who was violent with you?
Yes.
And your children saw this?
They saw some of it toward the end. Most of it happened behind closed doors, but they were well aware that there were some very serious things that went on. And then after I did file for divorce, he was arrested twice, and he also had a monitor put on his ankle because he would not stop stalking me. But yet it seems that...
And your middle son knows all this about his dad and wishes to work with him.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think you're going to mend a relationship with him, dear. Stop talking. I don't think there's much chance of mending a relationship with him. He's chosen evil over good.
Okay. That makes sense. No, I get it.
So leave him be.
He has two sons of his own now.
Leave him be.
No, I have. I've stepped back. It's just heartbreaking because he doesn't come around except for the holidays. He's not married to a woman that had
sweetheart,
children.
He chose evil over good.
Okay.
And part of the reason people choose evil over good is that evil is more powerful.
Well, yeah, it's about control for sure.
And you spent a lot of years being abused, which makes you the weak alternative. So he chose the stronger alternative.
Okay.
That's his head. We don't orchestrate our children. We don't pick them out of a file cabinet. Yeah, we'll take that with that characteristics. You get what you get, and sometimes it's very disappointing. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Point blank. Yeah, that is pretty black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess that's what it is. My number, 1-800-375-2872. What's my prescription for better, stronger, happier relationships? Easy. It's the all-new Dr. Laura podcast, featuring a morning monologue by yours truly and a call of the day handpicked by me. Listen daily and get a dose of my preaching, teaching, and nagging at drlaura.com or on the SiriusXM app or wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all good.